Melanie Havok of the IWS. How are you, Melanie? How's it going?
I'm doing better, I guess. It was a rough time, but I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, with all this pandemic going on here in Montreal, how are you staying? How are you staying sane? How are you staying fit to still be an IWS wrestler or an actual professional wrestler nowadays during this pandemic?
I'm trying to do some workout at home, but it's not the same. It's really hard to stay motivated. But I stay in shape, that's for sure. I'm just really out of cardio whatsoever, but that's normal. Everyone is. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard because you don't do what you love,
Of course.
so you have to find something else to replace it, and it's really hard for real.
Of course, but I saw there was there was a match with you, and there was an intergender match with you and Breezes. Do you have a lot of intergender matches with a lot of the men in the IWS, or is that's just a one-off thing for you?
It's no, yeah, I think it happens mostly everywhere, not just IWS,
Okay.
because let's be honest, it's really hard to find women wrestler in Quebec.
Okay.
We are not a lot for real, and so it's easier sometimes to just have a match against a man, and I think it's sometimes easier to do it with a man, and you just can do whatever you want,
Okay.
so I like it better most of the time.
Well, for me, well, as a wrestling fan, when I saw that match, I'm like, wow. I'm like, Breezes is a big boy, and to see
Yeah,
you to see you wrestle him was a bit scary for me because you're not a big girl, but you are an athletic girl, and you stood the test with Breezes in there. Unfortunately, you didn't get the win, but to me, you won in my eyes because you had a great match against Breezes. Can you describe the match you had against Breezes on the IWS quarantine sessions?
yeah. First of all, this day we all had like at least minimum 2 matches
Okay.
in the same day, and that time I had 2 matches back to back. So I think before that I had a match against another one, and so Breezes really finished me off. I was sore for 2 weeks after that. My back
Oh
was
wow.
hurting. I was feeling like I got in a car crash or something. It was, yeah, it was hard with them. Wow. But I did it, and I was proud of it. Doing 2 matches in a row, it's something really hard, I
Yeah,
must say.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Can you tell
Yeah.
us how your passion and your love for professional wrestling started when you started wrestling in professional wrestling?
Yeah. Well, I think my love just uh, completely was there since the beginning because I was watching wrestling with my dad at 5 or 4 years
Oh
old.
wow. Okay.
So as soon as I saw the woman in the WWF at the moment, I was like, wow, women can actually do that, because I was used to see men doing it. So
Yes.
I was like, wow, okay, so women can do that. So at this moment, I knew that I was going to be one of them. It was like a dream for me to do it also. So it started from there. And beginning, when I got like I don't know, it's when uh yeah, yeah, sorry,
Oh, that's good. It's okay. It's okay.
yeah, I got the whoop brain fart. Yeah.
But which women's wrestler did you grow up on? Who was the one that said, "Hey, I want to do this because of her or him maybe"?
Mm. If you know me a little bit, and if you see me in a ring and how I look, and maybe you can guess which
Well, you know
one.
what? Okay, I'll take a guess. Maybe I'll go with two people that I think
Okay.
that you portray yourself as, and the first one I'm going to say because to me you look almost exactly like her is Alexa Bliss.
Oh
If it's not her, then I'm going to go with Paige.
no, but I mean before them,
Oh,
when I was
before
younger.
them, I'm gonna
Yeah.
okay. So a younger, so maybe like WWE Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Okay, So I'll go with maybe like Victoria, like like the crazy.
No, it's Lena.
Lita, okay, that
Yeah.
was my next guess. Because you do have some high flying moves as well as Lita had in the past as well. So I guess Lita is the right answer.
Yeah, she is. She's my everything. Oh my god.
Well, because everyone knows that she came in as a manager first, then she started to wrestle after. But her high flying moves has put her to the top of the women's division in the Attitude Era. So do you replicate her moves, or did you want to be like Lita? I guess in fact.
No, I think I'm picking every little thing on different wrestlers that inspire me. A little bit of Lita, a little bit in Undertaker, a little bit in Paige. A bunch of wrestlers that inspire me. Like,
Okay.
so no, I don't want to be exactly like her. I want to be me, but with a little bit of everything that inspired me. With the years.
And I saw that you also fought Lufisto in the past, and
Yeah,
Lufisto is a great Canadian wrestler here in Canada.
yeah.
And was that, if I'm not mistaken, was that an IWS event that you fought her?
No,
What can you
it
describe
was.
fighting Lufisto? Because I know that she's going to be inducted into the Quebec Hall of Fame very soon, and as well as another guest of ours was Drew Onyx. I don't know if you know Drew Onyx.
Yeah, I know him.
He's also being inducted into the Quebec Hall of Fame. And can you describe how it was to fight such a great wrestler as Lufisto?
Well, we did a match. The only match we did, it was at a festival in. I don't even remember the little city it was. It was a Mexican festival, and the ring was awful. I got hurt, and I
Okay, like
wasn't
the actual
able.
wrestling ring was awful. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't like okay. That's
yeah. I got hurt. I wasn't able to finish the match properly.
Oh wow,
So it
because
was,
of the ring, because of the
yeah,
actual ring.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So the match was not good for me because I got mad against myself because of that, because I was fighting with Fisto. I wanted to do a really good match with her,
Of
but
course.
it didn't went as planned, and I was really sad. So yeah, it was my experience. It's not because of her; it was because of the ring and me. So yeah,
So the truth comes out. But you know what? I'm sure one day you'll be able to have her again in the ring and maybe redeem yourself. Maybe we'll
yeah,
have a better ring, maybe, or at a better
yeah,
event.
yeah.
But you never know what could happen. But is there what's the future hold for Melanie Havok in professional wrestling right now?
I don't know. Obviously, I will do the best I can, and we'll see where it goes. For real, I'm 29 right now. I don't have time to go. I don't have time anymore to be in a big company. I don't have any experience. I don't even have 2 years in ring experience. So I will
Okay.
just go where life wants me to go, and that's it. I
Well,
will be okay. I will be okay with that.
to me, you know what? Even like you just said, you have 2 years experience, but to me, the future is bright for you, and I'm happy, and I'm sure you're happy that IWS is giving you a chance to show your skills. And
Yeah.
do you train at the dojo as well, at the IWS
Mhm.
dojo as well? How's that experience? I know that there's superstar Shayne Hawke that's there. I know there's Speedball Mike Bailey. He's been on our
Mhm.
show as well. So two great teachers there as well. And I know Bob the Animal Anger has also has been at that school as well. So can you describe to everybody out there what's the experience like wrestling under these great IWS legends in Montreal at IWS Dojo?
I have to say I've learned a lot with IWS. Before that, I was at Torture Chamber,
Okay.
and there's a big difference in the learning experience. And for real, I've learned so much with Shayne and Mike and everyone, and I'm really grateful for that. Obviously, and Mike really have a unique way to teach wrestling, and that's really interesting for real.
Okay, and you said you trained at the at Juronix dojo as well, and Juronix is a legend here in Quebec. And is there any chance you'll be able to wrestle with him or any of his students one day? Or
Yeah, it happens sometimes. I can wrestle against some students of torture chamber, but me and Drew, we have a history. It's not good, so no,
ooh.
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
With this whole pandemic thing, is there any insight on when IWS events, live events, are going to be open, or do you know anything about that, or is it, you just go with the flow for now?
Yeah, we all go with the flow. We did the quarantine session last summer. Maybe we will do the same this summer if we are allowed to do it. But for now, we don't know really what's going on, and we just keep doing videos on YouTube. We have the matches we did on the Fight Network,
Yeah.
RDS, and all of that, and keeps the IWS alive. That's good.
It must be pretty cool when you sit down and think about it, and like you, because I think I saw a message that you said that, "Hey, mom, I'm on TV," because
Yeah,
you're on the Fight Network,
yeah.
and and as a friend of the show and a host of the show, Jeremy Prophet as well is in the IWS. He is the IWS Tag Team Champion,
Mhm.
and he fights on the Fight Network as well. And he tells me every time, he's like, "Wow, it's such a great honor," and to sit down back and turn the channel and like, hey, is that me on the TV there? So I'm sure it's a great feeling to see yourself on TV. How does that? How has everything come full circle for you now with that?
I don't know. I mean, I was working hard at the dojo, and he just told me like, you're gonna. I started to do a show. I think back 1 year ago, 1 year and a half, at Unity. After that, I did the AV Montreal, the AV Mania, and after that I started to do shows for the TV, and I was like, holy shit, they trust me enough to be on TV, so I mean, that's good, and I'm really grateful for that. And I think I did accomplish a lot just for the little bit of experience I have, and for that, I just want to keep working harder and have more,
For
do
you,
more.
for young inspiring wrestlers as yourself, is there any advice you want to give to anybody out there to say, hey, you know what, keep your dreams alive and keep on working
Yeah.
hard? Because you know what, I think a lot of these wrestlers out there, especially the independent ones in Montreal, especially, if there wasn't a pandemic, I think there would have been a lot more wrestling out there in Montreal, and a lot more opportunities for people like yourself, and like I said, for Jeremy Prophet. But
Mhm.
how is the future? What's the future look like for you now? Like, let's say there was no pandemic, what would have happened this year for Melanie Havok?
I would have been the IWS Women's Champion, that's for sure. I would have
is
been the
is there
GBW.
is there IWS Women's title?
Yeah.
There is, eh? Okay, just for everyone to make sure. Okay, and they haven't defended. Who is the champion right now?
It's Eddy Star.
Okay, but she hasn't defended it.
Well, technically, I'm supposed to be the champ because the last
Oh,
show we did, I won the match and it was for the title, but she
okay.
didn't bring it. So that's
Oh,
because she was scared, she was scared that she would
oh,
lose the title. So technically, I don't have the title, but
you
I'm
beat
supposed
the
to be the champ.
champion. So technicalities here, you are the IWS Women's Champion on paper here, but you don't have
Hmm.
the actual title on your shoulder.
No, it would have been after that a rematch, and I would get the title right away. That's for sure. But
So
the
what?
pandemic
So what you're
started.
telling me is now that there has to be a match. Then there has to be this rematch
Yeah,
one day or
of course.
another. And if IWS is listening, I hope that they have this rematch and we get to see
Oh
you with the title.
yeah, oh yeah, it will happen. Oh yeah, of
It will
course.
happen, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Is there anybody out there that you would love to wrestle? Let's say from the past or the present right now. It could be anybody from AEW. It could be from WWE, MLW. It could be anybody, even from Impact. Because I know that Diana Perosa is kicking ass in Impact Wrestling right now. And is there someone in mind that you would love to wrestle in the future?
Of course, one day maybe I will love to wrestle Chris Statlander.
Oh,
She's new, pretty much. but I really like her. She's really good in the ring, and she got a great gimmick and everything. And I would love to wrestle Iblis. I don't know
Oh
if you
wow.
say that in English, but yeah. I think I would like to. Yeah, yeah.
Is IW is like I'm going back to the intergender side of it. Is IWS? 'Cause I know IWS does a lot of intergender matches. Like I
Yeah.
said, Sexy Eddie is probably the king of the intergender matches. Have you ever wrestled with Sexy Eddie, or have you ever met him before? Or 'cause I know you're more
Yeah, I know. I
okay.
know him, but I never wrestle. I didn't do much right now at IWS. I didn't have time to do much right
Okay.
now, and I hope I will do more in the future. But yeah, no, I didn't touch his penis or anything.
I didn't ask that, but okay, thank you for clarifying that. But yeah,
Yeah,
Sexy Eddie is Mr. Entertainment in Montreal, that's for sure. There's a little rivalry going on with Jeremy and Sexy Eddie. One is a great wrestler, one is an entertainer. And if you want to go see a wrestling match, go watch a Jeremy Prophet match. But if you want to be entertained, you go watch a Sexy Eddie match. And we all know how
yeah,
entertaining Sexy Eddie is, but
yeah.
is there do you know anything about we also had the Green Phantom on our show as well, and he was a former IWS heavyweight champion. Have you ever
Mhm.
have any encounters with the Green Phantom?
Yeah, I did at Heavy Mania. We were in the same team,
Okay.
and it was really funny because in the match he picked me up and he just threw me on the people. And I was like, yeah,
He
woo.
picked you up and he threw you into the crowd.
Yeah, no, not in the crowd, but
Oh, okay,
on the
okay, on the
other
wrestlers.
team. Yeah.
Do you like to fight in regular matches, or are you because I know IWS Hardcore, it speaks for itself. And back in the day, I know there was matches that people used to bring their own weapons to give to the wrestlers, and to see that, and it's like wow, it's like holy shit. Like I as me as a wrestling fan, maybe I would bring a couple of chairs here and there, but as a wrestler, I'm sure you guys are saying like, well, what are these people going to bring? Are you interested in fighting in these hardcore matches, or are you just set in stone and wrestling in regular matches?
No, I would like to do a hardcore match, but not like every time. Maybe one time, and one time a year or two or three maximum.
Okay,
But I'm not. No, it's not something that I want to do
okay.
most of the time. No.
And future plans. I'm sure everybody when they get into professional wrestling, they want to make it to WWE. They want to maybe make it to AEW, Ring of Honor. Are those your plans? Are those your wishes to make it to a big stage one day, or are you just happy to be the best in Montreal?
Uh, like I said, it's harder for me because like I'm getting old, and
You're only 29 years old, eh? So
I I know,
you're
but
making me feel old. I'm 37, so
yeah, but most people that they hire at 30 and more, they already have 10 years experience,
okay,
don't they? So they don't really have to put a lot of money and investment or energy
yeah.
at training them, they already know what they're doing. But when me, they will have to put more energy and time to train me. So it's not really interesting.
Okay.
So I guess I'm just like appreciating
You're
great.
appreciating the moment you have now, what you've got
Yeah,
in front of you. Exactly.
yeah, I can travel and do stuff, and I'm gonna be doing my dream anyway, so I don't really mind. I just want to be the best, and we'll see where it goes. But I have to be realistic too. So
Have you fought for Great North Wrestling GNW
yeah,
for Hannibal TV? Yeah. Who,
yeah,
who
yeah.
who did you fight? Who did you wrestle for when you fought with the GNW? Because we're big fans of the Hannibal TV YouTube channel and Devin as well. So who did you fight in that company?
I did pretty much everything over there. I started with Wes Briscoe as a manager.
Oh wow.
And when I was ready to wrestle, I think I did the match against I did the referee, and after that I did the match against Jessica Black for the
Oh wow.
title. And yeah, that's it, pretty much.
Okay. Okay. Because you know what I really appreciate what Hannibal does to with all these wrestlers is he's gotten a lot of wrestlers that have fought in GNW chances in WWE and MLW and Ring of Honor as well. And we're very grateful for Hannibal. And maybe one day, because you fought on the Hannibal TV YouTube channel or in GNW, maybe that might give you a chance for other people to see you, because I know that there's one person on his channel, Lady Yasmin, that got recruited by Tyson Kidd in WWE because of her match on his channel. So you just never know who's watching and who is scouting to see who is the next best women's or men's wrestler. So if you keep on going, I honestly think age is not. I don't think age is a number, because nowadays you have people like Sting, Big
Yeah.
Show, all these people. Everyone's coming back
Mhm.
nowadays at their late 50s, early
Yeah.
60s to wrestle. So at 29-year-old, I think you're right in the ballpark of you never know what could happen, right? So we'll see what happens. But is there any and there's is right now for the quarantine sessions for IWS? Is there any more coming on YouTube or on the Fight Network, or is that it for now?
For now, is it's pretty much it. And like I said, if we are allowed to do it again, we will do it this summer.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to be crossing my fingers. I want to see that IWS title around your waist and the rightful owner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. And for IWS, like I said, if you're listening, give her this match. Let's see it happen, because we want to see her with the title. Um, can you tell everyone where to find you on social media, Melanie?
Mm-hmm. On Twitter, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook,
Okay.
and the same name. It's Facebook. It's Melanie Havok. Instagram is Melanie Havok, and Twitter it's Mel Havok, and that's it. And pretty much, yeah, that's it.
If there's anything you want, like let's say next week or in 2 weeks, something is going to happen with you in the ring. You want to announce it. You want other eyes to look at it and hear it. Send it to us. Let me know. Hey Frank, I'm gonna be wrestling this weekend. Do you mind telling the fans? I'll do a
Yeah.
little promo for it. Or if you want to do a little promo, a video, send it to us. We could patch it into an episode for that week. We're here to support you, especially IWS wrestlers, like yourself. And I really appreciate you taking the time. And I know it's been a long time coming for us to do this interview, and I really appreciate the time you've given us here at Jofo.
Yeah. Thanks to you. It was really fun.